Hello everyone, my name is Diego Pequeno, with crop modeling working for CIMIT, the International Maize and Wheat Improvement Center, and in this presentation I'll give a brief description of a pilot project to incorporate a crop modeling tool into the CG's enterprise breeding system. So why crop modeling? Crop models can estimate crop growth and development for a given location if the climate, soil, and management input data are sufficiently fine-grained. The model is appropriately parameterized and is sufficiently process-based. A well-calibrated and tested process-based dynamic crop model can classify production environments based on crop physiological and morphological responses to climate and soil drivers and management practices, in addition to the traditional drought and heat indices that are currently used to classify production environments. And it also provides users with information on the factors responsible for yield reductions. So this information will be used to assist users in the selection of cultivars with set of traits optimal for a given location. So in this crop modeling work for the EBS, the objectives and methods are to incorporate a crop modeling tool into the CG Large Enterprising Breeding System, the EBS, within the context of the Excellence in Breeding and the EIB platform. So the crop modeling tool will be used to classify environments and support breeding decisions within the EBS. So the focus will be on wheat, maize, and rice, and the crop models we'll be using are part of the Decision Support System for Agrotechnology Transfer, the DSAT Cropping Systems Model, the CSM. So these crop models, they have been developed over several decades by highly qualified cropping system scientists. So it simulates multiple crops and DSAT is also well supported by an active community of developers and has been extensively used with rigorous and ongoing tests and improvements. So what we have accomplished with the crop growth modeling pilot project so far. So we integrated the simple model into the EBS as a proof of concept, and once we worked out the procedures for integrating a crop model into the EBS, and performing simulations using a simple model as a test case, we then integrated the DSAT CSM into the EBS using a high-performance computer cluster. And we also developed an interface for inputting location, climate, soils management, crop model, and cultivar inputs. And we developed an initial set of crop model outputs that will be modified. We'll be modifying these outputs for maximum utility by engaging stakeholders in the development process. So in this flowchart we show the connection and the components of the system. The EBS is connected to a relational database with geographic objects, which contains climate and soil data at the spatial scale suitable for location-specific crop modeling. So for this pilot project, we connected this database to the DSAT CSM, giving users the capacity to run site-specific simulations. And the system communicates with the CIMIT HPC to run the simulations through an analytic framework within the EBS. And the outputs will be used to rank environments with respect to heat and drought. Here I present some of the data used to design crosses targeting different environments. So first of all, we use the CIMIT MIGA environments that classify environments based on sowing date, season, based on weather, temperature and precipitation, and disease pressures. So this is used to select what cultivars are gonna be grown in which region for the baseline simulation. And the sowing dates we have also globally for spring and winter wheat cultivars. So you have nitrogen fertilizer application for irrigated and rain-fed, but in a national level. And soils, we use the HC27, the Harvest Choice 27 harmonized world soil database. And at the end we have a baseline simulation using 3D-SAT wheat models. So here you see the average of three mini ensemble of the 3D-SAT wheat models running for 30 years, and taking into account all those input data. And this output will be used to rank environments with respect to heat and drought, because these models simulate, besides grain yield, several output variables, including drought and heat stress signals, interacting on a daily basis with several crop response variables, what could help to explain crop performance throughout the season. So here's a screenshot of the interface. So the DSAT CSM interface for EBS was coded using R and Python. And here we showed some of the steps for entering the inputs for running simulations. So it's a site-specific simulation, so you enter the latitude and longitude to retrieve data for this location. And then you enter the start date and end date of the simulation. So you generate the file. So it gives the option to select what crop. So we have 3 crops that we can select in the cultivar file. So the cultivars are crop specific. Then you select the experiment and prepare experiment and submit the job to the HPC. So the user can select from a wide range of options. Here you can see like LAI and many other options that the DSAT provides for displaying output from the model. So for example, here is the LAI versus time, and cumulative tops weight over time, and harvest weight, like yield versus time. So also here I would like to emphasize that we will engage users, stakeholders in determining how to provide the most useful output for them and the best format of that output. So what are the challenges? Currently, our biggest challenges at this point are ensuring continued financial support and full integrating the DSAT CSM into the EBS. So we are currently working on developing the financial support for this effort. So as a final remarks, crop modeling can support the EBS by helping breeders to understand and exploit G by E by M management interactions for selection of genotypes optimal for the major production regions for wheat, maize, and rice. And for example, heat and drought tolerant genotypes could be tested through crop model simulations in many regions of the globe regarding their viability and level of expected yield. So the goal of this effort is to assist breeders in delivering better varieties that meet farmers' needs. So with that, I'd like to thank the project support from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the UK Aid, and the team involved, myself, Victor, Jeff, Thiago, Tom, and the EBS team, the Marco, and the Erie team, and Marcelis, and the DGGW team. So thank you.